The recent success of Prime Video's TV adaptation has seen Fallout's cult status expand into a global renaissance. Being the most recent mainline entry, newcomers and veterans have flocked to 2015's Fallout 4, with Bethesda recently boasting an influx of 5 million players to its post-apocalyptic RPG series. In fact, where Fallout 4 is concerned, physical copies of the game have become gold dust, impossible to find.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
The long-awaited next-gen update announced in 2022, but only just released in 2024, has exacerbated matters further. Hype for Fallout is at a fever pitch, and its anticipation for when lust for Fallout 4 dies down, eyes are turning towards other games in the series. We can debate until we're blue in the face as to whether Fallout 3 is the superior predecessor to Fallout 4, but it's Fallout 3, Bethesda's radical reworking of the original isometric, turn-based RPG, which is capturing most attention. Rumors of a remastered version have been circulating for almost a year, following several leaked Microsoft documents during the trial of its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Published by the Federal Trade Commission, these documents indicated a Fallout 3 remaster was in the pipeline to be released from the vaults in 2024. Now, there's been no official confirmation from Bethesda, and with these documents originally dating back to 2020 before Microsoft took over Bethesda parent company ZeniMax Media, the viability of their content comes into scrutiny. It's as equally likely a Fallout 3 rework has been cancelled as it is still in the works. Bethesda could announce something any day now, but given Fallout 3's revered status amongst gamers despite its imperfections, something more akin to a remake would be worth the effort by the developer. The depths to which a remake or remaster should furrow is hard to call. Would Fallout 3 benefit from a vast Shadow of the Colossus-style redesign? Probably not. Would a Shenmue 1 and 2 refresh, a graphical quality-of-life overhaul only, be enough, given Fallout 3's aforementioned imperfections? No, it likely needs a bit more. Shenmue wears its warts with pride. It's somewhat of a charm to the series to feel bemused by its quirks. And while this is true of Bethesda titles too, there are some aspects to Fallout 3 that feel too subpar for a mere remaster to be substantial enough for today's gamers. The openness of its world design, for one, would benefit from a modern rework. Now the Capital Wasteland is amongst the grittiest, realist-feeling environments any Fallout game occupies, despite the immersion-breaking abundance of unspoiled food and pre-the Great War tech still functioning, but the design of Washington, D.C.'s crumbled streets with too many pathways blocked by rubble can lead to it feeling too linear. The dust-covered attention to detail is spoiled somewhat by Fallout 3's lackluster graphical fidelity too, of which, if there's any aspect of this 16-year-old game that hasn't aged well, then it's this. Principally, the environment possesses a drab, flat quality, with little to no shadow detail amongst the gray. As immersive as Fallout 3's open world is, a remaster alone isn't going to fix the penned-in feeling of its ruined city streets, and should Bethesda go to the effort of redesigning its city, they'll likely plow some effort into boosting its shadow detail beyond sharpening up the graphics. Controls can be finicky, and gunplay can be sluggish too, especially for console players using a controller. It's remarkable, in fact, that despite the precision posed by Fallout 3's assisted targeting system, VATS, enabling players to target specific body parts of their enemies, that wielding a weapon still felt like a chore. Precision wasn't high enough in real-time combat. Shooting, especially in close quarters, was a frustrating affair without VATS. Thankfully, the modding community, of which Fallout 3 has amongst the most dedicated of any game, stepped in to provide a fix to the game's unruly weapons. The RH Iron Sights mod allows players to aim down the sights of their gun's barrel, and given Fallout 3 is ostensibly an FPS title, this mod is one of the most downloaded. Bethesda overlooked this essential prerequisite in the original game, so a Fallout 3 remake gives them opportunity to redesign and refine the combat. As for all their efforts in crafting an immersive, detail-rich environment with an innovative, enjoyable, assisted targeting system, the act of shooting an enemy dragged the whole experience down a notch. The modding community fixed a lot of Fallout 3's other downfalls, so much so it'd be prudent for Bethesda to incorporate some of the more popular improvements mods can provide into a Fallout 3 remake, as with any remake or remaster, mods currently available will cease functioning. A vanilla Fallout 3 remake without the ability to aim down the gun's barrel won't go down well. But quality of life mods are in abundance too. For instance, sprinting is a worthy option for players provided via mod, especially those who are on their second run and beyond. UI fixes to on-screen information's legibility are another important mod to install. The ability to add or remove elements of the in-game HUD have been welcomed by many. Loot menus, giving ability to scroll through items collected from containers and dead NPCs, all automatically compartmentalized, is a vital ease-of-use addition. Mods, of course, aren't available to console players, and as already mentioned, any new version of Fallout 3 will make these improvements inaccessible to PC players too, so it'd be more advantageous in terms of user experience if Fallout 3 was remade beyond a remaster, with some of these mods included in its design. What we haven't stated thus far is why this feature centers on Fallout 3 specifically. It isn't just that Fallout 3 is rumored to be remastered, or just that it's amongst the most loved of any Fallout game. No, Fallout 3 is revered for one major thing: its atmosphere is second to none. This is in no small part to the viability of the capital wasteland, with factions and political divide adding depth to the proceedings, but also in the game's opening prologue, where we cycle through important milestones of the lone wanderer's life up until the game's events: being born, learning to shoot, enjoying a birthday party, and it all serves to underpin a deep connection with the character beyond the attribute assignment any other RPG exhibits at the game's outset.
Stanley, you turned the lights on too fast. You blinded the poor kid.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Can you believe it? She is growing up so fast.
Stepping out of Vault 101 for the first time, light burning your retinas, a vast emptiness awaiting, there's a remarkable feeling of isolation. The satirizing of 1950s Cold War America, its blurring of bleakness and humor, is achieved to the best extent here over any other Fallout game too. Humorous moments are offset by glimpses of scorched carcasses, loved ones in a final caress before being annihilated by nuclear explosion. Even though it's been mentioned in this feature, the sprint mod isn't at all necessary, as the solitude afforded by walking from point A to point B in a grim wasteland isn't something that you can feel in any other Fallout game. They're too densely packed in comparison. Despite all its foibles, there really isn't any other Fallout game like Fallout 3, and it's deserving of a remake over a mere remaster as a result. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.